as a matter of fact, it's very difficult to say that when this was promulgated and it has harmed the whole state or it has caused any kind of great prejudice to the people at large. But coming to the act itself, I have actually, after the invitation given by the Vaibhav, actually I have gone through the entire act, and you will be shocked to see that the provisions of law are so stringent, which goes to prove the fact that the authorities, before promulgating these provisions under the amended act of 2016, which is made applicable from the 1st of April 2016, they did not apply the mind at all. For the simple reason, I just tell you that under section 30, there is a provision that in case of any kind of violation of the excise provisions, that is manufacturing, transporting, possessing, etc., under section 30, you will be penalized. And the punishment is life, up to life. The punishment is given up to the life. And the 10 lakhs is the minimum quantum of fine. Second, your entire vehicle or premises or wherever it may be, it can be confiscated. If it is a house, the house can be confiscated. Everyone of the family will be going to the road. And they are liable. All other persons staying in the house above 18 years of age, I mean major persons, they will be liable for the collective offense. That is in section 32. 37 says that if you drink only the liquor in the state of Bihar after promulgation of this new act, you will be given 7 years punishment and a fine of rupees 10 lakhs up to. If you create a nuisance after taking liquor, it will go to 10 years, up to 10 years, and a fine of rupees 10 lakhs. I have no difficulty that the provisions are stringent. It should be, it must be, but the whole difficulty is that for adjudicating all these provisions of law, there is no mechanism at all. It is well known to the every state of India that how the police works here and what are their expertise. These all people are given immense power, unlimited power for the purposes of implementing this law, and there is no check and all. There must be a check and balance. If somebody is coming to my place making a kind of search, seizure and recovery, he must be given some kind of caution that yes, you bring your superior officer, SP, DSP, or even the magistrate. We have an NDPS Act. The provisions are very stringent, but in that law, there is a provision that yes, if the man is required to be searched, he will be taken to the nearest superior officer or the magistrate, and before him he will be searched. There is no such provision in this act. Then see, it's section 38. The premises, even if something is recovered from the tenant or from the other family members, everyone will be liable, or the owner will be liable. Punishment is 8 years to 10 years, and the 10 lakhs is the fine. Section 47, if any of the premises, if the offense is committed, the owner will be liable. You can just imagine, there must be mens rea, there must be some positive, definite and direct evidence against anyone. If I have a house at my village and somebody is keeping wine in that village, how can I be responsible for that? I may not be knowing also even that somebody has kept some intoxicating or whatever it may be, but I will be liable for that and I can be punished. The punishments are very harsh. Section 58, there is a provision empowering collector that he can confiscate all my belongings, that is either vehicle or even the house. The immense power has been given to the collector, and this has caused a very serious prejudice to the people living in the state of Bihar. सबसे बड़ी बात जो above all, in section 66 60, there is a bar of the jurisdiction of the civil court in the matter of confiscation. You cannot adjudicate whether rightly, wrongly, whatever the collector passes order, that will become final. It is very peculiar. In 62, the premises are liable to be sealed immediately. suppose in my family there are 25 persons living, one person is the person who is using this wine and all, he brings a bottle of wine, how can the entire premises sealed? No, but the law is like this. In section 64 there is a provision of collective fine. You will be given collective fine also if the collector is satisfied, if the authorities are satisfied that all people are responsible for this continuance of this liquor use, then collective fine can be used, can be collected, and collective fine can be imposed. सबसे बड़ी बात, above all, it's a very serious and very objectionable. 69, provision of Evidence Act will not apply in the evidence of the Excise Act. In the matter deciding the procedures and provisions or the any kind of proceedings, the Evidence Act provisions will not be applied. I have not been able to come across any law, either civil, criminal, taxation, that the Evidence Act provision has been debarred. This is very peculiar. Paragraph 7, section 73. The police officer or the excise officials has power to enter, inspect, search, seize, and arrest, even without warrant. 74, without warrant. And this is the immense power, autocratic power is given to the authorities. And above all, section 75, there is no anticipatory bail. 82, report of the collector. Report is given to the collector for the offense, and there is a special provision of a special court, section 84. There are series of offenses committed in the state of Bihar which are very serious in nature, and I have not been able to understand if this is the life conviction is to be given for the purposes of carrying 10 bottles of the wine, then what about those people who are kidnapping and keeping the people for ransom? What about for those people who are killing the person for no reason? What about the people who in a road rash is killing the man? For them there is no such provision, there is no special court, there is nothing absolutely like this. And for carrying this quantum of punishment must be commensurate to the mistakes which the man has committed. And whatever I have indicated, this all has been answered by the division bench while quashing this notification on 30th of September 2016, presided over by the Honorable Chief Justice and Navniti Prasad Singh. The Patna High Court has struck down this law, saying that it's completely unreasonable, it is against the law, and not only that, above all, it is against the human tenets. हम क्या खाएंगे, हम क्या पिएंगे और हम कैसे रहेंगे, it cannot be decided by the government. You can put only reasonable restriction. और एक example हम आपको देंगे. That is one example that we have created a simple law that there will be no smoking in a public place. All of you will be surprised to notice that in most of the places we don't find the people smoking in a public place. There should have been a law like this. Or no sale of liquor at a public place, no consumption at a public place. If someone makes any kind of nuisance of like taking liquor, he will be given punishment like this. That should have been like this. You cannot do it like this. All these infirmities, these are all infirmities which I have pointed out. It has been all answered in this 400 pages judgment. The Patna High Court, after having gone through the entire homeworks, right from the Ved, Shastra, and the customs and the all universal law, have come to the conclusion that this amendment is completely illegal, baseless, and not applicable to the people of Bihar. But unfortunately, the appeal is pending before the Supreme Court, and there is a stay for the simple reason that it is a welfare state, and the government has a right to put the reasonable restriction. I don't think that it will come under a reasonable restriction. It is very harsh, and till date it is coming against the the progress of the state. For one manifold, for many regions, I can say that Bihar is going back because of this prohibition. There are certain disadvantages also. We cannot deny that certain disadvantages are also there, but that advantages can be obtained by making some kind of amendment, putting some rigorous restrictions. some reasonable restrictions against the wrongdoers. Here is the restriction with respect to everyone, not against the wrongdoers only. And this authority has been given to the police. Police in the state of Bihar is known to everyone. A constable, if he is given a power like this, he can very well go against the people. He can very well be an instrument for the operation, and this is what is happening in the state of Bihar. And the only law which has been flouted for 5 years continuously, vigorously, is the excise amendment law. So therefore, in spite of the fact that there is some kind of good aspects also, in spite of the fact that there is some good news, something good also has come after implementation of this act, but there is a large scale damage to the whole state. There is a large scale harm, and we don't approve to this. Let the Supreme Court say what the Supreme Court says, because the matter is pending before the Supreme Court, and as a interim stay has been given. Therefore, we are not able to say as to what the Supreme Court will say. But we expect and we hope and trust that the judgment, which is a 400 pages judgment, well considered judgment, the moment this hearing will be concluded, the Supreme Court also will come to the same conclusion that no, reasonable restrictions can be applicable, but these harsh conditions cannot be imposed, that too without any check and balance. In the whole law, there is no check, there is no balance at all. There cannot be a blanket power given to any authority. There cannot be any blanket right given to the police wala. He comes at my place, he searches my, there can be an implantation also, there can be a false implication also, but there is no provision to cure this aspect of the matter. In every law, there is some kind of, you see, the evidence in Evidence Act, there is a provision that any confession made before the police in the custody is no law, no confession. It is not applicable, it is not admissible in the Evidence Act, in the eye of law. But here is a case in which it says that no, Evidence Act will not apply to this Excise Amendment Act. What is this? If the man is in custody, if he is making confession, he is admitting everything, how can it be admissible? Everyone knows that how in a police station, how the police records the confessional statement. Everyone knows how the police collects the evidence also, rightly, wrongly. So therefore, there must be some reasonable line between the two. What is right, what is wrong? And the provisions of Evidence Act, the Evidence Act is not of 1973. It is not of 1905. It is of 1800 something, some years it was created, this Evidence Act, and is still valid till date, applicable for every law of the land, either civil, criminal, taxation, or for every aspects of the life, for every proceeding. This Indian Evidence Act is good law. But here is a case in which he says that no, this Evidence Act will not be applicable in this case. It's very peculiar. The people of the state are in a complete dark position, and they are not able to digest this aspect of the whole story. In spite of the fact that there is something good has come, something good in the sense that there is no hooliganism on the road, there is no some kind of center for the purposes of drinking and all. So therefore, those things are, motor riders are not drinker. So therefore, there are some kind of good aspects also. But the whole difficulty is that this position would have been created by making Amendment 2, that to putting some kind of reasonable restrictions, that yes, whoever will drink the wine in a public place, he will be punished. Whoever will drive the vehicle after taking a wine, he will be strictly punished in a manner like this, or he will be jailed, or he will be fined. But here is a case in which if a single bottle is given, recovered from my house, my entire family will go to jail, and my house will be sealed. The house will become to the house of the government. See, anyone can plant it. So then everyone is in custody. House is of the government, and I'm placed nowhere. So therefore, this law is draconian law, and this should be immediately struck down by the Supreme Court. Let us see what the Supreme Court says.